Maureen, let's take that kind of notion, which is the fact that parents want to take an active role, but there's an active role for the companies to play. Where do you see Congress's role or federal kind of legislation or rulemaking playing a role when it comes to children's privacy?
Well, I think it's really essential for Congress to provide more tools to the agencies and more consistency for consumers and for businesses. The FTC, I worked there a long time. I headed the agency. It's done a very good job with the limited tools that Congress gave it. But it's kind of reached the limit of those tools. And it's time for Congress to lay out clear guidance that then the FTC can enforce and companies can adhere to. And I also think it's very important for this to be a national standard that actually preempts the state level standards, a strong national standard, because of this need to have a consistent treatment of privacy and data in what is essentially a national economy. Some people think the FTC can kind of fill in if Congress doesn't get this done by doing rulemaking, but given the limits of the FTC's authority and Supreme Court precedent, most particularly the West Virginia versus EPA case that just came out, I think that's going to be very difficult for the agency. When you look at something like the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which was kind of ahead of its time, Congress did a very good job, not saying it doesn't need to be updated, I think it does, but Congress did a very good job of laying out these obligations, giving the FTC tools backed up by the state AGs. And, it has done a pretty good job for the past 20 or so years. Now it needs updating, but I think that's a good model for Congress to follow.